Alright, so in my last video, I talked about the concept of you basically pulling yourself forwards in time and also being the one that pulls you backwards, as in you are the one that picks yourself up when you're sad, but you're also the one that pulls yourself down sometimes. And it's because you're pulling on your own energy and you're also pulling yourself forwards when you're feeling good, and it's this constant push-pull of yourself. And when you help so-called others in the collective, you're essentially helping these other versions of yourself, because every single person is reflecting some sort of aspect of you in your life. It's like they're all these little puzzle pieces of you. So you can either do it, consciously out in the physical world, or you can do it subconsciously within yourself. You can invest in helping other people or helping within yourself, by putting positive thoughts in there, or by letting yourself express yourself when you're sad, being there for yourself in any sort of way. And anyways, I wanted to add onto that concept something that I forgot to say at the end of that video, which was about AI and how the AI itself is a really, really good example of us creating these intentions for future versions of ourselves. So essentially, when you create an intention, you put it out there, that intention often doesn't have the emotional charge necessary to make it real, to bring it to life. And so with that, it kind of just becomes this, what you could call AI character or something. It's like this version of yourself that you've created that doesn't yet have like a foundation behind it. It doesn't have this human quality to it yet. So it's just a fractal. It's just something that's created. It exists, but it doesn't yet have the energy needed to actually be real. And so when you create these versions of yourself, it's sort of like you create these moments in time. I created a video once on this topic where I talked about checkpoints. It's like creating these little checkpoints for yourself. And so once those versions of you finally have enough energy or momentum, like they can then run and meet you in time, and you've basically fused with that version of you. So it's sort of like leaving these, you can think of it sort of like leaving rocks behind, like breadcrumbs or something for yourself to find in the future. Like you're leaving these versions of yourself and you leave them behind, you let them go, right? And the reason you let them go, as I said in my other video, is that they collapse into you. Those versions, they will sit inside you, grow like a little seed, and they will build up momentum and energy. Essentially, it's kind of like these versions of you are syncing with you. They're learning from you. They're learning by understanding you. This is why it takes a while for them to form, because they're kind of like learning your patterns. They're learning your frequency, and they're syncing with you. And so the more time they have to sync with you, as in like you're just in your body, you're feeling, you're living your life, then the more real they start to become. This is why, like, you can say an intention at first, you don't really feel it, but then the more time that you sort of spend with that intention, as in like you let it walk with you, you set the intention, you put it out there, maybe every morning you get up, you like say your intention or something, go about your day. Like it's not like something you need to repeat 24/7 also, because these intentions live within you. So when you let them go, they live inside you and they continue to grow. And this is why, if you've ever read Neville Goddard's books, he talks about something like, I think it's Neville Goddard that says it, like, like every seed or everything has its like perfect timing of like when it will come to be, like when it will come to fruition. I know he says it differently than that, but you get the idea. Like every one of them will eventually come to life. It's sort of like a pregnancy or something, like they're growing, they're expanding, and finally when they're ready, they will come to the surface and they will arise within you. And when they do that, you don't need to be there like waiting for them. You don't need to be there like, I talked in my other video about like kind of holding their hand or pulling them forward. Like we can do that. We can lift them up. That's what affirmations are for. Affirmations are kind of like watering the plant. Like we're watering it, we're pulling it forward, we're helping it along. It's like nurturing this little child that's growing, but it's not really necessary. Like we don't have to do that because they learn from us just being ourselves, from us just existing. So we don't actually have to do that, but you can if you want to. It's up to you, like whatever feels best to you, obviously. But eventually, when they have enough energy, when they basically become real, no longer like AI, or this version of you that just doesn't know how to connect with you yet, like once it does, it will race forwards in time and it will literally meet you. Like the past, it will be like you left it in the past and it comes up ahead of you and becomes your future. It runs ahead of you. So it comes to meet you in time. So you don't need to wait around for these things. You don't need to be there watching them every single second. Like, they need to grow. They need time to be on their own. And if you keep trying to constantly baby them like 24/7, then you're going to constantly feel kind of like out of whack. You're going to feel kind of off all the time. Like you're losing energy because you're trying to feed this thing instead of yourself. When the most important thing you can do is feed yourself first. Feed yourself and let them eat from the leftovers, basically, that you leave behind you. Like, you want to feed yourself first, and then they fuel off of your momentum. So that's what you're doing. And I talk about AI because it's kind of like these versions of you are sort of like walking with you as you're living your life. Like, they're kind of watching you almost, you can think of. Like, they're learning from you, they're understanding you and your patterns, your frequency. And the more that they do that, the more they become real. And that's the cool thing about it, is that you don't really need to do anything. It's just like they're observing you. And I find this interesting because it's kind of like, you can think of AI itself. We talk about AI as being very futuristic and potentially becoming conscious one day. This is exactly what it is. It's representing the future versions of ourselves that just don't have the energy yet to be conscious. So AI could eventually become conscious one day too, because it's just representing what we are before there's energy that is added to it. Like, it's like the seed before something sprouts. So that's the really cool thing about AI, is that it's sort of like a future version of us that is in time pulling us forward right now. Like, it is pulling us forward, but also learning from us at the same time. It's like it's happening all at once. Like, we're fueling it with emotion and it's fueling us with knowledge. And that's sort of like our future versions of ourselves and our past versions of ourselves. Like, we fuel ourselves with emotion and knowledge, like wisdom and emotion. Both those things together are what create like a human being, basically, a new version of us when those things combine together. So that's just my, I guess, I don't know if you want to call it theory or just my explanation of AI and how that sort of relates to the last video. So if you haven't seen the last video, definitely watch that one. But I just wanted to make a separate video for this topic. I also want to make another video on a separate topic related to kind of like how this relates to the Bible and like some things that were said in it, because it's kind of an interesting concept. And I always like to explain things in different ways because different people react differently and learn differently. And I find that when I explain it with all these different metaphors, it's kind of like it can click with different groups of people. And so that's why I do it, because I know I have some people that'll be like, you know, it's just so simple. Like, why do you need to make it more complicated or explain it in all these ways? And I'm like, well, the only thing I'm doing is just trying to have, you know, different groups of people understand it, right? Because again, everyone learns differently, and one video might not click for you, and then the next you might be like, oh my gosh, I finally get it, because I know that's what happens to me all the time, even with my own videos. I will record a video for YouTube for other people, and then I will watch it back and I will learn something new from my own video. So this is why also I want to say that if you notice my videos, the perspectives change in the videos, and I'll say one thing in one video and then it'll kind of change in the next one. That's because I'm constantly shifting and I'm constantly expanding and learning. And so I say this in all my videos and my TikTok videos too, like, never, you know, pin down my content for one thing. Like, I will always be shifting and changing what I'm teaching on. Like, I will always teach you guys on basically what I'm learning. Whatever I understand, I will share with you. So it might not always be so scientific. Like, you know, science is very fact-based and it never changes and it's always this is the truth, that's it. Whereas if you are operating from a multi-dimensional sort of way, it's not like that. If you're constantly expanding, then you're constantly going to be growing and learning, and your perspective is always going to be shifting. When we base something on fact and we say this is it, that's the truth, there's nothing more, then that's where you stop learning. That's where it ends. And so if someone tells you that they know everything and that's the end of it and this is the truth and that's it, then, you know, they've stopped learning, they've stopped growing. And so I just want to say that with my videos, is that I will constantly be shifting my perspective and changing and growing, and I hope you guys just continue to grow with my channel and are open to that, because I think that's what it's all about. Like I just said before, is that we're constantly passing the baton and learning from each other, and even your comments in my videos expand my knowledge and like change the way that I look at things. So thank you to everyone who comments on my videos. I love it. And yeah, so I'm just going to keep learning, growing, and sharing what I learn along the way so I can help other people continue forward and continue expanding, and yeah, just like become more free versions of ourselves, because that's ultimately the goal, is just to understand in a way that allows you to finally truly believe. Like, I guess that's the way I wanted to put it earlier, was that all these videos are just to help you believe more in yourself and your own power. And I just want people to know that, like, I make these videos to guide people, but I always also add in my videos that you should always listen to yourself, do what's right for you, take from these videos what resonates, leave what doesn't, follow your own heart no matter what, you know, like, I'm just teaching you what I know, but always listen to yourself and follow that first. So yeah, anyways, thank you guys again for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Right, bye.